Welcome to Iraqi Dinar News, where you receive real and authentic updates about the Iraqi dinar. If you want to stay informed with moment-by-moment developments, make sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Today, we are taking a careful and professional look at one of the latest discussions circulating throughout the Iraqi dinar community. As always, our goal is to separate verified developments from speculation, explain what current reports may actually mean, and place them within the broader context of Iraq's economic reforms and financial system. Rather than focusing on rumors alone, we examine how these claims compare with publicly available information, official policy, and the ongoing economic transformation taking place inside Iraq. The latest commentary being discussed comes from market commentator Bruce, who stated that based on information he has received, members of what is commonly referred to within certain online dinar communities as the Tier 4B or Internet group should be watching for notifications by text message or email between July 5th and July 8th. According to the commentary, these notifications would allegedly provide instructions for scheduling exchange appointments, with the expectation that exchanges could begin during that same period. Bruce also expressed confidence that developments are moving in what he described as the right direction and suggested that the information originated from sources he considers highly placed. Whenever claims like these circulate, it is important to understand the distinction between commentary, expectations, and officially confirmed financial events. At the time of this report, there has been no official confirmation from the Central Bank of Iraq, the Iraqi government, major international financial institutions, or regulated commercial banks, verifying the existence of a public notification system for Internet groups, or confirming that such exchange appointments are scheduled during the stated time frame. This distinction matters because financial markets operate on documented policy decisions rather than unverified reports shared through private channels. Within the Iraqi dinar community, statements predicting specific dates have appeared many times over the years. These predictions often generate excitement because many followers have closely monitored Iraq's economic reforms, banking modernization, energy investments, government restructuring, and fiscal policies for an extended period. Every time a commentator mentions a specific window of opportunity, social media discussions increase significantly as viewers attempt to determine whether a major policy announcement could be approaching. However, history demonstrates that date-specific predictions should always be approached carefully until supported by official evidence. Looking beyond the claims themselves, it is worthwhile to examine the actual progress Iraq has been making. Over the past several years, Iraq has continued implementing banking sector reforms intended to strengthen transparency, improve compliance with international financial standards, expand electronic payment systems, modernize financial regulations, and reduce dependence on cash transactions. These initiatives are part of broader economic goals aimed at increasing investor confidence and integrating Iraq more deeply into the global financial system. The Central Bank of Iraq has repeatedly emphasized monetary stability as one of its primary objectives. Stable inflation, improved foreign currency reserves, stronger banking supervision, and enhanced anti-money laundering compliance all contribute to creating a healthier financial environment. These reforms are generally viewed by economists as long-term structural improvements rather than immediate triggers for dramatic currency events. Another factor worth considering is Iraq's continued effort to diversify its economy beyond oil revenues. Although oil remains the country's primary source of government income, policymakers have increasingly focused on encouraging private sector development, attracting foreign direct investment, expanding manufacturing, supporting agriculture, and improving infrastructure. These initiatives require stable financial institutions, predictable monetary policy, and sustained economic confidence rather than sudden or unexpected changes. International investors typically evaluate a country's investment climate based on measurable indicators. These include fiscal discipline, political stability, banking transparency, legal protections for investors, exchange rate management, debt sustainability, and institutional reforms. While Iraq has made progress in several of these areas, investors generally rely upon official announcements and verified financial data before making major decisions. One reason reports like the current commentary attract attention is because many individuals believe that behind the scenes, preparations may occur before public announcements become available. In some financial situations, governments and central banks do indeed prepare operational procedures before implementing policy changes. Banks often receive internal guidance before customers are notified regarding new regulations, technological upgrades, or operational adjustments. However, the existence of routine preparation does not automatically confirm that any particular rumor or timeline is accurate. For followers of the Iraqi dinar, patience continues to be one of the most important qualities. Financial reforms, particularly those involving national currencies, rarely occur overnight. Central banks carefully evaluate inflation trends, foreign exchange reserves, economic growth, government spending, international trade, and banking stability before implementing significant monetary decisions. These evaluations are designed to protect the broader economy rather than respond to market speculation. The reported reference to text messages and email notifications has generated considerable discussion because it presents a specific operational scenario. Yet without official documentation from recognized financial authorities, such operational claims remain unverified. Responsible financial analysis requires distinguishing between reported expectations and confirmed policy implementation. It is also useful to remember that exchange rate policy represents only one component of Iraq's broader economic strategy. Even if future monetary adjustments were ever considered, policymakers would likely coordinate such decisions with fiscal planning, banking regulations, international financial relationships, and domestic economic objectives. Major monetary decisions generally involve extensive preparation and communication to maintain market confidence. Recent improvements in Iraq's payment infrastructure deserve attention as well. The expansion of digital banking services, electronic salary payments, point-of-sale terminals, and mobile payment technologies demonstrates continued modernization of Iraq's financial sector. These developments may not generate dramatic headlines, but they represent meaningful progress toward creating a more efficient banking environment. Foreign exchange reserves continue to receive significant attention from economists because they help support monetary stability. Strong reserves provide central banks with greater flexibility in managing exchange rate pressures and responding to external economic shocks. Maintaining healthy reserve levels also contributes to international confidence in a country's financial system. Government efforts to improve tax collection, customs modernization, and financial oversight likewise contribute to long-term economic stability. Although these reforms may appear unrelated to the Iraqi dinar at first glance, stronger government finances ultimately support broader confidence in national institutions and economic management. Energy markets also influence Iraq's economic outlook. Since oil exports provide a substantial portion of government revenue, fluctuations in global energy prices directly affect fiscal planning. Higher energy revenues may improve budget flexibility, while lower prices often require spending adjustments. Consequently, policymakers closely monitor international commodity markets when developing economic strategies. Another important topic involves Iraq's relationships with international financial organizations and regional trading partners. Cooperation with international institutions often supports technical assistance, regulatory improvements, banking reforms, and investment initiatives. These relationships contribute to gradual institutional development rather than immediate currency events. For viewers following discussions surrounding possible exchange scenarios, it is essential to verify information through multiple credible sources. Official announcements issued by government institutions, central banks, and recognized financial organizations provide the strongest basis for understanding actual policy developments. Commentary from independent analysts may offer perspectives, but such commentary should not be interpreted as official confirmation. Market psychology also plays an important role in understanding why rumors spread quickly. Financial markets naturally respond to expectations, uncertainty, and anticipation. Even unverified reports can influence public conversations because participants continuously search for clues regarding future developments. Responsible analysis requires separating emotional reactions from documented facts. The mention of high-level sources is another element frequently encountered in financial commentary. While confidential sources can occasionally provide valuable insights in journalism, anonymous sourcing alone cannot substitute for official verification. Professional financial reporting places significant emphasis on corroboration before presenting information as established fact. One encouraging aspect of Iraq's recent economic trajectory is the government's ongoing commitment to modernization. Investment in infrastructure projects, transportation networks, electricity improvements, and industrial development all contribute to expanding the country's productive capacity. A stronger economy generally supports greater financial resilience over time. Banking sector reforms have also included efforts to strengthen compliance with international banking standards. Improved regulatory oversight enhances confidence among foreign institutions and facilitates broader participation in international financial transactions. These improvements often occur gradually, but remain important milestones. Inflation management represents another critical responsibility of the Central Bank of Iraq. Stable prices help preserve purchasing power for households while providing businesses with greater certainty for planning and investment. Monetary authorities carefully balance inflation control with broader economic objectives. Public confidence in financial institutions also influences economic performance. Citizens are more likely to utilize formal banking services when they trust the stability and reliability of the banking system. Increased banking participation supports economic growth by improving savings, lending, and investment activity. As discussions continue regarding the reported July 5th through July 8th timeframe, observers should remember that markets frequently experience periods of heightened speculation without corresponding official announcements. If verified policy changes occur, they are generally communicated through recognized institutional channels where documentation, implementation details, and regulatory guidance become available. The broader lesson for IQD followers is to remain informed while maintaining realistic expectations. Iraq's economy continues evolving through structural reforms, fiscal management, banking modernization, and investment initiatives. These measurable developments deserve attention because they represent tangible progress regardless of short-term speculation surrounding specific dates. Economic transformation is typically measured over years rather than days. Infrastructure expansion, regulatory improvements, institutional strengthening, education investments, and private sector growth collectively shape long-term national prosperity. Currency policy forms only one part of this much larger economic picture. For those closely monitoring Iraqi dinar developments, maintaining a balanced perspective helps reduce unnecessary emotional reactions to unverified reports. Following official statements, reviewing economic indicators, and understanding policy objectives provide a stronger foundation for interpreting future developments than relying exclusively on rumors or predictions. In the short term, if no official announcements accompany the reported timeframe, markets will likely continue focusing on Iraq's ongoing economic reforms rather than speculation alone. If official policy updates are released in the future, analysts will evaluate their practical implications based on documented evidence and implementation details rather than assumptions. Over the longer term, Iraq's continued success will depend upon sustaining economic diversification, strengthening institutions, improving governance, expanding private sector opportunities, attracting investment, and maintaining financial stability. These objectives align with creating a stronger and more resilient economy capable of supporting long-term growth. Investors and observers alike should recognize that successful monetary policy requires credibility, transparency, and careful implementation. Abrupt policy shifts without proper institutional support could create uncertainty, which is why central banks typically communicate significant decisions through formal channels, supported by detailed explanations. Ultimately, the commentary currently circulating reflects expectations within portions of the online dinar community, rather than officially verified monetary policy. Until recognized authorities provide confirmation, such reports should be viewed as unconfirmed commentary, rather than established financial fact. Remaining informed while exercising patience and critical thinking remains the most responsible approach for anyone following Iraqi dinar developments. As Iraq continues pursuing reforms across banking, infrastructure, investment, and public finance, Each verified improvement contributes to the country's long-term economic foundation. While these developments may not always produce immediate headline-grabbing events, they collectively strengthen the environment in which future monetary and economic decisions are made. Thank you for watching today's Iraqi Dinar News Update. If you appreciate responsible, factual, and balanced coverage of Iraq's economy and the Iraqi Dinar, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest updates. We remain committed to providing analysis based on verified information while clearly distinguishing confirmed developments from speculation. As always, this content is provided for informational and educational purposes only and should not be considered financial, investment, or legal advice. Please conduct your own research and consult qualified financial professionals before making any investment decisions.